Hi Aquarius, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. And this, Aquarius, is your love reading for the month of December. Say hello, Tiny. Hello. I'm going to draw 6 cards. No, Tiny. I'm going to draw 6 cards initially. Each corresponding to a different piece of advice. I'll let you know as we go. I've already meditated and shuffled before we started. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we shall begin. Right. All right, you sit, Tiny. Come on. Right, they've got to see me shuffle. You get there. There you go, good boy. Okay. Okay, good boy, Tiny. Okay, Aquarius. So, these are your clarifiers. This came out with its clarifier. So we'll keep those two together. I'll know when they want to be pulled, okay? This is your underlying energy or judgment. So if that's pertinent to this reading, I'll mention that as we go, okay? Okay. Let us get started, okay? Now, judgment energy is all about having revelations, understandings, going through situations that bring about awareness, okay? They can be very confronting, they can be quite challenging to experience, but ultimately, this type of judgment is what we need. We need these type of experiences to understand who we are, why we are here, or why we are in the situations that we are currently in, okay? This is what judgment is about. It's about those type of energies, okay? So, Tiny's very comfortable. Okay, so this card here relates to your overall energy or focus in the month of December, and that is the wow. I mean, quite intrigued. I'm quite happy with that for you. That's the Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles ultimately is a card about independence. It's independence. It's about being financially independent and secure, feeling good about yourself, about who you are. Feeling content, feeling happy, feeling like you've achieved what you wanted to achieve as an individual, and that's really, really strong and really, really positive energy. And that's the type of energy that's the Riri card, the Rihanna card. That's the type of energy you need to find yourself a man or a woman. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be at this point where you're like, okay, I'm feeling good. I feel good about myself. I've built the life, the security, the garden that I wanted, and now I'm ready to sort of invest in a relationship potentially. So your overall life energy and effort of the month is about feeling good about yourself, feeling and recognizing the things that you have worked so hard to achieve, recognizing the things that you've worked so hard to overcome potentially, but actually again that's bringing you in that strength, okay? And I've said to you in your last reading, in your general reading up to the 9th of December, I said to you, no, you're okay, Tiny, you can lie down. I said to you in that reading, didn't I, that this year you deserve now at this time of year to be getting what you want, because you have been through the ringer this year. The washing machine. Oh, what did that person call it? Oh, I can't remember what he said it were now. I think he's in Texas. He said, oh, it's a different word. Anyway, it made me laugh. Anyway, you've been going through that washing machine, haven't you? And actually, all those experiences, very confronting, very revelatory, very revealing, and actually you should be feeling more confident, more grounded, more able to manifest the type of relationship, life, etc. that you want in the month of December, okay? So that really fits quite nicely with the reading that you had last week from me. Okay, the next card that we've got is what or who you could encounter or experience in the month of December, and that is the Page of Swords. Now, when I first started shuffling your cards, this was at the base of the reading, before I started filming. And this is so if this is a who, if this is relating to a who you could encounter, this is a fellow earth sign, a fellow Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Excuse me. I've got a cough. So I'll just a sec. I'll just drink some water. Hang on. Apologies if I cough. Okay. So if it's a who, it's a earth sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If it's a what, it could be, this is either you, this could be you, Aquarius. This could be you doing that. Let's call it research. Let's call it research, Aquarius. This could be you doing your research, trying to find someone, or trying to find someone that you want to date, or find out about the person that you are actually interested in, finding out more information about this person, looking them up online, speaking to their friends, asking if anyone knows about them, how can they get into blah blah blah, that type of energy. It's pages, so it's masculine, it's action orientated, even though it might be not as confident necessarily as the King of Swords. And of course not confident, because the page is younger, but it's a helper, is a page. So in this energy, finding out this information, doing this legwork, if you will, to find a partner or to understand something about a person that you are interested in, doing this legwork, you're not going to be, you might not be that confident, it might be a brand new person that you fancy or whatever. If those people who are in relationships, committed in relationships, marriages, etc., this is a similar energy that's been coming up, not this card, but a similar energy of your due diligence. Why are you in this relationship? Why are you being here? But this could be you, trying to find something out about your partner, trying to find something about your lover, maybe just what they want for Christmas. It doesn't have to be anything sinister. But it's, it's really, focusing in detail on a person or on a situation that you're trying to manifest. This is the energy of the Page of Swords. We call it the Stalker card, but it's just because he's very detail orientated, is the Page of Swords, and he does his homework and he tries to find out the information. So that's that type of energy. So that could be you trying to find the right partner, trying to understand something about your current partner, about yourself, etc. Or this could be someone looking around you, sharking, looking, who's there, like who's that type of energy. Okay, it's been a very long week. I know it's only Wednesday, but believe. Okay. So let's look at these next two cards. This is your perspective, the perspective you're coming from, or your past. So actually this could be someone from your past. It could be, Aquarius. There could be a fellow, I say fellow because I'm an earth sign. It could be an earth sign that you're interested in, a Capricorn, what are the earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This could be that person. This could be that person as well. It could be someone that you're looking back on, thinking about, wanting to get back in touch with. You're thinking about that relationship potentially with that earth sign, or it could be the situation. So this would be, as a situation, this is relating to a secure relationship, a happy or secure sort of traditional relationship. So you might live together, seeing each other for a long time, might have been married. This could be your wife or you husband. It could represent that. But it does suggest that in the past there was a certain level of security. There was an understanding of the type of relationship that you wanted to manifest. You would have put energy and effort into manifesting that type of relationship. This is your past, though. So let's have a look at the clarifying, from the past. So this is maybe you thinking back about, looking back to an earth sign that you were in love with, or that you had a relationship with. This could be you literally, trying to find out, well, does that person want me back? Like, is he interested? Is she interested? There's obviously very fond memories of a situation that you were in previously. No, it doesn't mean that you want to necessarily get back with that person, but this is a time of reflection. I mean, Mercury is retrograde at the moment. I think, look at the astrology below. Can't remember. My brain's gone. It's been a long day. Can't remember. But Mercury's retrograde. Venus is now direct. Can't remember where exactly Venus is. So, but that element of looking back. You're looking back. There's an element of that. There's an element maybe that you had a relationship like this in the past that was very pleasant and that you enjoyed. And even though there's no chance of you getting back with the other person, or back with this person, there's maybe a will to, or a want to try to manifest a similar type of relationship presently. Okay, this is the type of energy that's coming up for those cards. Okay, now let's look at this energy, which is your love potential or love lesson for the month of December. Okay, and we've got this card here. Wow. Okay, so we've got a clarifier already, so that's good to know. Okay, so this is your love potential, love lesson. So this is you stressing, isn't it, really? That's what this is. You stressing about something, panicking about something, worrying about a situation, about your current situation, or about this past situation, worrying. Do you need to apologize to someone, Aquarius? Is there someone that you need to give an apology to? Or what is it you're worrying about? With the number 9, it's about being confronted with the things that we can really hold off looking at generally. But at this stage of life and at this stage of the year, astrologically, it's about being confronted with those things. And you are being confronted with those things. So it's things that you ideas, thoughts that you hold about yourself, about relationships, about your partner, whatever. But it's things that you kind of you're not really conscious that you hold these things. It's kind of like you just kind of take it for granted that that's who he was, or you just take it for granted that that's who you were in that relationship, for example. But this is being confronted with the reality of this is really what you think about yourself, Aquarius. This is really what you think about this person, Aquarius, etc. So this is that type of energy, that dark night of the soul energy. Okay, this is the clarifier. I'm going to let you see this, and I'm just going to have another. I'm speaking so quickly. I'm going to let you see this, then I'm going to have another drink of water, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Sagittarius season, Sagittarius card. Read the description box below about temperance, okay? About this energy. So it's interesting. We've got this temperance energy. We've got this Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius card. Is all about energy and moving. You know, it's fire, so it's movement and expansion and growth. But temperance asks us to be mindful of what is motivating us, to be mindful of and reflective after we have taken action. It's that type of energy with temperance. It's patience and it's healing. So this is really saying that this is an energy that you have to sit with, Aquarius. You have to come into these realizations. You have to start to see for yourself the things that you are holding within, the things that you are thinking about yourself and thinking about other people. When it comes to love, thinking about your partner or your ex, whatever, you've got to come into this awareness. You've got to sit with it. Once you sit with this and you understand this is the thing. This understanding is going to help you then to move forward and to make progress. I feel like this is linked as well. Yeah. Excuse me. It's exactly what I've just said, basically. You know, sword energy, our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our communication, our consciousness. That's the sword energy. And the queens are passive, like the Queen of Pentacles. The queens are passive, so that means that they're about what is within, what we understand. It's not the king or the page. It's not taking action on what we know or trying to find out something. It's actually saying, okay, this is what I understand. I get it. You know, this is what I think about myself. It's being compassionate enough with yourself to accept whatever comes through at this time, to accept it, and to not to necessarily challenge it, but to accept it and to recognize how these events over this year, let's reflect on the year, these events over the last 12 months, where you are now because of these events, but the value of these things that have happened, the experiences over the last 12 months. I mean, we do look back on fonder times sometimes, seemingly fonder times, when we've been through the ringer a bit. We tend to look back, but it's only, again, it's just to bring us into realizations, to bring us into clarity, And I think really with you, Aquarius, when it comes to love this year, I get a sense that there's been challenge purely because of these cards here. You know, these 4 cards, including the Judgment, these 4 cards here really, because this energy is so slow moving. People don't realize how slow moving this energy is. You know, if you're seeing Temperance now, you've been frustrated already. You're already frustrated. You've been frustrated this year because of this energy already. You're just seeing it now. You're just recognizing that, the frustration was necessary. That event was necessary. Meeting him was necessary. Get it? Meeting, that argument was necessary. That's what those are the types of realizations you're coming into this month with these energies. And that's why I know it's been an ongoing situation for you. You know, you're coming into that clarity though with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is literally, I get it now. That's the Queen of Swords. But we only get to that after these type of energies. And as I said, this frustration is something that has been ongoing. It's slow moving. But the reason Temperance is popping up now in Sagittarius season is because it's time now to be revealed, to understand, to reflect, to accept, okay? So this is the type of energy that you can be expecting to experience. This is in love. So, you know, in your love lesson this month is what have you actually learned about yourself, about the relationship that you've been in, about your relationship status. What has that taught you about yourself? What have you learned about yourself? What have you been avoiding looking at for years before we get to now? What have you failed to look at? Because this cycle, this situation that you've been through this year, this is what's bringing you the clarity. This is what was bringing you the judgment. This whole year has been about this for you. It's been about revealing you to yourself in a real way, in a vulnerable way. And you've cried, haven't you, Aquarius, this year? You men out there as well. Real men cry. Real women cry. Real Aquarians cry. Listen, Aquarius, you know, I know you don't like the crying, but you've cried this year. You felt so vulnerable this year. And like isolated and lonely, even if you're in a relationship. Like, what is wrong with me? You've asked yourself that question so many times. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Why does this keep happening to me? Why does it keep happening to me? What have I done? And then you get to that, you went through those questions already. And then you get to that point where you start thinking, is this what it's always going to be like? Then you get to that point where you start thinking, okay, maybe this is me. Maybe there is something that I need to do. Maybe there's something that I need to fix. Maybe there's something that I need to change. And remember, I said to you in your bi-weekly general reading, Aquarius, that I posted last week, you can still watch it. I said to you, guys, you've done it. You've done the work, man. You know, it's time. You've done so well. This is that. This is what I mean by you've done so well. All this stuff. This is work. Coming into these realizations. This is effort. And with judgment here, it means that you've actually, literally, your life looks different. Your job's changed, or your partner's changed, or you've moved house, or you've moved countries. Like, things have literally changed around you, Aquarius, this year. To do with love as well. Because of love, because of your relationship. And it's that realization that this is what you need to remember, that all this, pardon my friends, shitness that's been going on, I don't think the French would accept that word, all this rubbish that's been going on in your life is actually for that reason, for this purpose, to give you strength so that you can say, do you know what, I overcame it. I'm not that bad. We all need to change things about ourselves, me included. I could write you a list right now, but we all need to change things about ourselves. But you know, coming into those realizations. Look at that. We've got the change number there, 5, 5, and 1. Oh, new beginnings. We all need to change things about ourselves. Coming into those realizations is what's difficult. Those of you that have managed to stay with this energy. Those of you that have managed to stay with this energy this year, this is what's bringing you into clarity, into realizations, okay? Into this 9 of Pentacles, this strength. Let's look at your challenge. I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to just have a drink and then. You know, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you're afraid. Got the 9 of Wands. You know, this is shorthand, the post-traumatic stress card, PTSD card. You know, once bitten, twice shy, or in your case, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times bitten. I ain't going nowhere. That, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the energy. It's like, wow, no, I'm scared. I can't do it. Like, it was too hard. This year has been too hard. Aquarius. It's been too hard for you, man. It's been too revealing. It's made you feel so vulnerable. You questioned yourself. Some of you actually thought you were cursed this year. I mean, I'm not saying it frivolously. Some of you literally were like, universe, what else do you want from me? Like, you're on your knees, literally praying, going, you don't even believe in God. Some of you are like on your knees going, oh my gosh, when will this end? Like, what have I done to deserve this? So I'm not surprised that you're feeling afraid, but that's because this is what this year's been about. It's been about revealing yourself. It's been about getting to become more authentic with yourself. That's what it's been about. And that means that the rubbish that we don't need has to leave our lives, and we're left standing in the middle of the desert, okay, the North Pole, completely naked and completely vulnerable. And you're like, what the heck am I going to do now? But you'll be fine. I mean, yeah, you're naked in the middle of North Pole, but you'll be all right. Santa will be along soon. With his when the snowman brings the snow. Anyway, I digress. But basically, this is why you're afraid. This is your challenge. Your challenge is overcoming this. Your challenge is recognizing and realizing. This is another number 9, remember. The challenge is recognizing and realizing that all of this experience is 3 9s. In fact, 999 is messages, letters, communication, by the way. So we've got these 3 9s. This is you realizing, recognizing this year. Sorry, hang on. This is really hard. There we go. This is you. And this is you. And this is you realizing that you've got the strength. Like, these experiences, these coming into alignment, coming into awareness, these are the things that made you strong, that mean you are now more able than you've ever been to be in the type of relationship that you want, that you've always wanted. Because you realise that actually being in a relationship, what you've learned is actually being in a relationship is about vulnerability. It's not about pretending to be something. It's not about pretending to be strong. It's not about pretending to be a great cook or pretending to be happy all the time. It's about being real. That's what intimacy is. Intimacy is that. Intimacy is letting people see you and letting yourself be seen. And you being okay with that, because you're like, do you know what? The things I've been through, babe, I know that I'm strong now because I've come through that. I know what my worth is now because I've come through these situations. This is why it's been so hard for you this year. And this is your challenge. So, of course, it's your challenge. You know, this is what we need from you. We need you to be strong. We need you to stand up. We need you to be confident. You're fit. You're good looking. You're beautiful. Yeah? You've got you know who or what you're passionate about. You know who you want to go towards potentially, or what type of relationship you want. You can be confident in that because you've done the work, Aquarius, because you've been doing the work this year. And it's been, I said in your last reading, oh my word, Aquarius, your energy, man, it was hard, man. You went through it, mate. You went through it. But this is what we want from you. This is what the universe is demanding, because you are ready. And not only are you confident, not only are you good looking, not only are you experienced now, you're able to take action in the right direction. You're able to do something about it. This is the king. It's active. It's moving. It's movement. It's doing something. It's going somewhere. So where do you want to go? What do you want to go towards? You've got to overcome this energy. And I really feel like how you overcome this energy is with this. Is to have that self-belief. Is to know You went through this and it was the worst it's ever been. And look at you. You're still standing. So this is how you should be feeling. Even though, yes, this is inside. Even though I get that. I do. This is where you should be standing, okay? So, let's have a look at your last card. Advice or how to achieve balance. You know, ultimately, this is what all... I mean, I say tarot cards are questions. You know, this is a card about decision or indecision, not moving, not taking action on something that you want to do, not seeing something, not allowing yourself to see something. This is that energy of the Two of Swords. Being committed with number 2 to a way of thinking, to a way of being, to a way of living with the number 2. Because in a way, it's kind of like you just want to just sit here for a bit, just sit here and just rest. But this is about decision and indecision. And really the whole sort of idea of tarot, I won't go into the whole thing about tarot history and all that stuff, but one of the, I do a lot of reading, and one of the things that I read, I can't even remember, it was years ago, 3 years ago, no, more than that, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I was reading the Gnostic Gospel. Now, it's interesting to me, okay? And Pistis Sophia. And in this Gospel, it's basically, it starts with a whole sort of allegory or a story about a woman called Sophia. And Sophia is going through different, basically, it's a metaphor for different stages of enlightenment that you go through. Okay? And it's basically a huge, it's really long. It's really, really long. I mean, I don't know, very, very long. And she goes through different stages in each. Anyway, so that's the first part. And then the second part is Jesus speaking to his disciples. And Mary Magdalene is the one that asks all the questions. Not all, but most of them, a lot of them. So in this, one of the questions that Mary Magdalene asks is, to Jesus in this book, is, Jesus, all these people who do tarot and can see our future, or is it true? Can we believe it? Is it real? And Jesus said, the reason it's a long intro, but I promise you it's relevant. Jesus said, yes. Everything that these, I can't remember what the soothsayers or whatever it calls it, olden word. These fortune tellers and soothsayers, yes, it could happen. Yes. But, Jesus says, it could also not happen at all. And then there's further discussion about, well, what does it mean? What's the point of them? But it really stood out. And this is years ago, so I wasn't reading tarot then, at that time. I wasn't reading tarot. It's just something that stuck out in my mind, and I always remembered that there's truth in what we say, what I'm saying, and what other tarot readers or mediums or, and things might come true. That might be your future. But it also might not be. And the difference between this happening or not is your will, is what you want to do and why you want to do it. And I really feel like for you, this is that energy for you. It's like as I said, you've been through a lot this year, and you've really got the ability or the resources or the energies to feel confident, and you should, because you've been through so much. You can decide, because of what you've been through this year, I'm not going to do relationships in the same way from now on. I'm not going to be the same, because I'm not the same person that I was 12 months ago, because I'm different, I'm changed. I've grown, I've expanded, I understand more. So that means I'm not going to do the same things that I've always done before, because I know that that's not for me. Or you can learn all the lessons that you've learned You can remember all the things that you've been through, reflect on them, and you can still choose to do what you used to do. So ultimately, this is the energy of the Two of Swords, and ultimately this is the energy of what you're experiencing this month. There's a huge amount of reflection going on for you this month because of the swords that we've got, but there's also this, and the judgment energy, but there's also this idea of reminiscing, thinking back. Maybe you are not recognizing how far you've come. You should. I think I drilled that into your last reading. If you've not watched that reading, it's from the end of November to the 9th of December. If you've not watched it, watch it, because it's the best reading. I watched it, and I watched it back in bed. And I'm not even an Aquarius. I'm a Capricorn, but I'm like, I love this read. It's right good. So watch it if you've not. But you've got a choice. This is what you've got. You've got a choice, Aquarius. Because you've been through it. You've done it. You know, these revelations, what you've seen about yourself, what you've learned about yourself, what you've reflected on this year, that's as hard as it gets. Because that's us seeing ourselves for who we are. Because the next time this comes about in your life, you've already got the strength, because you already know how bad, how dark and how deep it goes. Do you know what I mean? So it's an option, really. Advice, I suppose your advice is really reflect. You don't necessarily have to do anything now. But it's really about reflecting on those options. Now I know what I know at the end of 2018. I can either move forward in a different way because I am now different because of what I have experienced and because of what I now know, or even though I know and I've learned everything that I've learned, I'm going to continue to do things in exactly the same way. The universe doesn't hate you. The universe is an air sign. So the choice is yours. And it's not that you will be punished for continuing to do things in the same way that you've always done them, even with this new wisdom. The universe won't punish you. The universe will just give you more and more experiences of this. So that eventually, it could take you 10, 20 years, 30 years, until eventually you start to realize that your authenticity, that who you are, that is what will make you happy in a relationship, to be able to share that with somebody else, okay? So Aquarius, my darlings, it has been an emotional year for the earth signs, hasn't it? But it's been an emotional year for us all, for all signs in different ways, okay? I hope you enjoyed that reading. I've enjoyed doing your readings because the change in energy over the last few months has been tremendous. I noticed it about September time, October time. The change in energy, the shift has been, it's palpable. I can feel it. I hope you can feel it, okay? I've really enjoyed doing your readings, Aquarius, this year, so thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Okay, if you like this video, please like, and obviously subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the bell for notifications. I'll be uploading some new content, not next week, because I'm doing my personal readings next week, but the week after I'll be uploading either 2019 previews or an additional reading, okay? But definitely before Christmas you'll have another reading from me, so click the bell. Share this content, okay? If you want to share this video on your social media, by all means do. If you want to follow me on my social media, it's Key Wisdom Tarot, and that is on Facebook and on YouTube. I give you extra information. Actually, there's a post about the number 9s, which might be helpful to you, so I'd definitely check that out, okay? And there's also a post about judgment. So just go onto Google or go onto Facebook or go onto Insta and type in Key Wisdom Tarot, judgment, 9, whatever, and you'll be able to see it, okay? what else was I going to say? Oh, don't forget to view all the other stuff that's on my channel at the moment. Your astrology video, your bi-weekly, and your pick a card reading. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. I hope you've had an honest year. And when I say that, I mean a year where you're honest with yourself. And because as hard as that is, it's where growth happens. I promise you, my darlings, okay? I promise you. I love you guys, okay? I don't say that often, but I'm saying that because I truly feel what you've been going through. I feel it so strongly. And I really think that you've done so well. You really have. Remember, it's always a choice what we do. It's always a choice. But you know, I'm rooting for you, Aquarius. I really am. Okay. Mwah. Okay, my darlings. Have a fabulous few weeks, and I'll see you before Christmas. But I'll say Merry Christmas, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, my darlings. Bye.